This is Python's Paradise. This is your host, Greg Gilbert, aka the Python Hyena, straight out of Fredericton, New Brunswick, Canada, but boasting a beautiful nightlife Toronto background behind me, because I'm going to be there tomorrow night. Yes, folks, tomorrow night, I'm going to be doing my fifth Frightmare in the Falls. Note the beanie and the shirt that disappeared behind Toronto. I will be there, and see James Ponce, one of the York promoters there, and plus I understand James Balsamo. I appear in 9 of his movies, going to be there. He better not charge me for these movies. Better not. But folks, there's going to be lots of people there. I'm looking forward to going, and I'm going to spend a week in Toronto as well, and go see my friend Lisa Langlois while I'm there, and from class of 1984, and see various others. But, folks, I got one more treat. You see, folks, I haven't done a whole lot of interviews as of late because, I work about 70 to 80 hours a week. My guest knows that today because she works very hard too. Probably puts in more time than I do. So I have no right to complain. But folks, between work and sleep, I don't get a lot of these in. But when I do, it's awesome. And I'm going to see this person at Frightmare in the Falls. She's not one of the guests, but she should be.
Thank
I'll
you.
be talking to James Ponce about that.
Yeah,
But
let's do that. Let's get Cindy at
yes,
Frightmare.
yes. And she was at Horrorama one of the years before I started going in 2017. Folks, I give you the child star from The Brood, which I'm going to get her to sign for me while I'm there. Folks, I give you the lovely Cindy Hinds. How are you, Cindy?
I am good, Greg. Good morning. Lovely to see you.
Yep, you got me.
Looking
I,
forward to seeing you in a couple of days.
well, it's going to be great to see you in person, and
Absolutely. Aiden's looking forward to meeting you, and
there you
it's
go.
going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, you know what? It's going to be awesome seeing Aiden. Aiden, he's going to Frightmare in the Falls. You say he really wants to meet Richard Dreyfuss, huh?
Yes, yes, he absolutely does. He is a huge Jaws fan. He's not much into
Hmm.
horror films at all, but Jaws has been one that he and his dad have bonded over the years. So he's watched them all, and he knows who Richard Dreyfuss is. I'm
What
really
about
excited
Bob?
about the ET reunion. I got to be honest. I've been able to meet Henry and Dee, but I'd love to see them again together.
But what about Bob?
Bob, what about Bob?
What about Bob? I wonder how many times he's going to get that this weekend.
So much, right? I mean, it's kind of like, where are the Brood kids?
I heard that they are filming. I don't even know if I should say this. Their variation of the human centipede, but
Hmm.
the
We'll let
sickly
them do
version with
that.
broods. Yeah, we don't even want to
Mm,
see that image.
yeah,
Regardless,
no,
they're demented enough without it. They
yeah,
hung,
no.
they hung around Oliver Reed, who's gone mad in so many movies. He
Yeah,
went from the Brood Kids to fighting Condor Man,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
fighting a venomous black mamba in an apartment building. He just does
Amazing,
not
eh?
know how to avoid conflict.
Yes, he loves it.
You, you know, um, did we were lucky. We don't get a lot of we did with the Star Wars films and whatnot, but we're lucky we got Jaws on its 50th anniversary here, and I went and saw it twice. I've seen Jaws now 5 times in the theater,
Okay.
and not when it came out in 1975 because I would have been only 3 years old. But I have seen it. Remember during the pandemic, they're playing some special screenings at the mall. Jaws was one of them that they played. And Spielberg must have a hard time because he does that first movie, and everyone that comes after it is absolute garbage. He does
Yeah.
Jurassic Park,
Yeah.
And everyone that comes after it, including in The Lost World, which he directed, they
Yeah.
miss what made those originals work,
Yeah. Yeah.
you
Well,
know?
change isn't always better, right?
No.
Yeah.
But did you take Aiden to see Jaws in the theater?
No, we've never seen it in theater. He's just seen it on TV and stuff. Yeah, I think any of the theater movies have been typically family friendly, if you will. But no, he's never seen it in theater, just on TV. Yeah, no. So we'll see. Who knows? He may or may not get to see them. We'll try and squeeze in. His wheelchair takes up a lot of space, so if I just jump on the back and we push forward, we'll just clear the paths, right? I'll honk my horn and
Well, plus, all those brood kids, how many rows are they going to take up?
well, I've got that little lineup of strollers to go behind, So
They're like,
that would actually that would be a really fun Halloween costume, wouldn't it? I'm starting to think now I could get dressed up in my little PJs with the
I
little
think you
dolls, the
should.
little strollers, and I'll
I
come in
think
my
you
little
should.
show up in my little PJs with the snaps in the feet, my hair all bloody and messed up and little bumps all over my arm.
And the brood kids, you know what they remind me of? Those Teletubbies or whatever they are.
Come on, Teletubbies are kind of cute. I don't know about the broodlings.
You don't think they look alike?
No, it's a definite uh-oh when they come around, but
But
oh my
anyway,
gosh, too
yeah.
funny. Yeah,
In
no,
the
it's and I think about that too with Jaws. I have an old copy of the Toronto Star from when The Brood came out in the movie theaters, and right beside it is an ad for Jaws 2, I think it is. And I'm like, how cool is that to have me screaming coming through, and then Jaws is right there beside me on a newspaper. It's so fun. Still blows me away.
Well, Jaws 2 was still better than Jaws 3D and Jaws the Revenge,
Yes, yeah, they got a
but
little
it's no.
crazy there, but
Yeah,
hey, people love them still.
yeah, yeah. Then came Sharknado.
Yeah. Yeah. And then they've just done all different versions of it, right? I mean, it's crazy. I don't know. It's funny how we get stuck on certain creatures and we just love stories about them.
Well, now we got Cocaine Bear. I can't wait for heroin driven shark.
Uh,
Anyway,
oh.
but no, Jaws, I've seen in the theater a few times, so I am getting a photo op with Richard Dreyfuss, but I'm thinking I might get that one with the group because it's kind of like it'd be my one chance to do it, and it is kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'm also in the mindset, Visa bill or not, I do take that down. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So outside Skittles, who's sitting out there doing nothing, doesn't clean the apartment up.
Lazy
Yeah.
cat, eh?
He's a
Jeez.
lazy kitty.
Yeah, I got
Oh,
my
he
puppy staring out the window. It's pouring rain here. I don't know what it's doing there, but she's
oh,
staring out the window
it's
wanting to go
raining.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, and you mentioned E.T. I've had Dee Wallace on here a couple times from
Yeah.
E.T.
Yeah.
and I met her at Horrorama 2018. She remembered coming on my show, and I got her to sign my E.T. and my Howling Blu-ray and
Mm-hmm.
an E.T. 8 by 10. But I think what I'm going to do, I'll probably get her to sign a Howling photo this time, but I'm going to get a
Nice.
photo op with her as well.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
I met her a few years ago. So it would have been that might have been the same year. I'd gone down just to visit a bunch of people. I wasn't a guest that year. I just went down to see everybody, and she happened to be there with Lynn Lowry and a bunch of different people.
I
So I
love
chat because
Lynn
I've known Lynn for
Laurie.
years too. So we were just all
I
chatting.
have.
But
I have.
I had my copy of E.T. with me
Yeah.
because my daughter had just finished filming Girl Underground with Henry Thomas, and I had chased him down for an autograph and chatted with him. That was just an absolute dream come true to be able to meet him. I've been such, same age, grew up with watching him. E.T. was my favorite movie as a kid, all that fun stuff. So it was really great to have him sign it. And then she saw it. She's like, "Oh, I was just with Henry too." So I said to Aiden, it'd be really fun. I don't know if there'll be a possibility, but to be able to squeeze by and say hello. But I've already dug out, I've got my copy of my movie. And the last time we were in Frightmare in the Falls, and it was my birthday, my daughter had bought me an original plush ET doll because I had lost mine from years ago. So I've got that and a couple other things, and I thought this is going to be so fun. Aiden thinks I'm a complete weirdo. You're
I
taking that stuff with you? I'm like, absolutely. I said, are we going to dress up? Let's go. It's a
I've
Comic
actually
Con.
seen E.T. 6 times in the theater,
Yeah.
including at the drive-in, which we
Mm-hmm.
don't have here anymore when it came out in 1982.
Yeah. No, it
Yeah.
was I've watched it so many times. It's still probably that and Shawshank Redemption, my two favorite movies.
Oh, they're so much alike.
They are, aren't they? The similarities are uncanny.
But I am planning to meet Henry Thomas. I haven't met him before. But but yeah, there's that, and of course I really want to meet Jake the Snake Roberts as well.
Oh, yeah, that is, I
Yeah.
saw that and I was like, okay, that's awesome. Awesome, awesome,
Yeah.
awesome. Huge fan.
I don't really follow wrestling anymore, but
Yeah,
I liked wrestling
back
in
in
the
the day.
70s and 80s,
Exactly.
and
Yep.
Jake
That's
the
when I was
Snake was
into it.
always a favorite.
He
Yeah.
was it for sure. Absolutely.
Hmm.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Jake the Snake, the
Yeah.
Hulk way back in the day when they were all good boys. Sort of.
Oh,
They were
I
good,
have
good bad boys.
I have Rowdy Roddy Piper's daughter comes on here every year.
Awesome.
Oh
I love
yeah.
Rowdy. Love him.
Yeah, I
His
love
kilt
Roddy
was
Piper.
great. Yeah. Yeah.
And I had Harley Race's son on earlier
Oh,
this
cool.
year. Yep.
Yeah. Make fun.
Yep. And Princess Victoria has been on here 5 times. She's a female. She had to retire in 1984 because she suffered a neck injury,
Okay.
but she comes on every year, and I keep asking her if she secretly loved the Iron Sheik, and she said, eventually we're gonna meet.
Gonna get yourself in trouble.
I sent her on Valentine's Day. I sent her a meme of the Iron Sheik putting Hulk Hogan in the camel clutch, and he was going up and down. And I said, "Happy Valentine's Day, Princess Victoria." And she put a laugh emoji. She put, "Oh my Lord!" But she's been on here 5 times. She said she puts up with me.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, she's great. She's great. But I've had Larry Zbyszko on here too, speaking of wrestling. And
Hmm.
that was great. So I've had a number of wrestling personalities come on here, but Jake, I definitely got to be. I met Sting, the wrestler Sting, at Fan Expo, and it was the last time he was doing himself up in the face paint and stuff. So
Okay.
glad I got him when I did.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Fun. That's great.
that was fun. But yeah, I got a list of about 20 people on my list. I have never met any more than well, I shouldn't say that. Remember one year at Frightmare in the Falls, I met 30, and that
Wow.
really killed me financially. So I try to, like I did at Chiller, keep it no more than 20, but I was lucky because at Fan Expo I met 16. So
Mm.
I just put them in order. I put 10 males and 10 females. I balance them out because of my ADHD. I want to keep it even in case I get in trouble for not being equal. But
Oh,
I put a top 10 for both, and I'll just go down. And if I don't have time, I'm fine because I know Saturday I'm going to be doing a lot of photo ops, and I got 3 panels I want to attend as well. So,
busy
you know,
day. Yeah.
yeah. But Sunday, depending on how long I stay, I could always catch up on a few autographs as well. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. No, it should be, it's going to be a fun weekend. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to it.
So, how many's on your list to meet now?
None. I never, because I don't want to disappoint myself. So I just kind of go with the flow and have fun. And whoever I meet, I meet. It's great.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean, for in
fortunate
terms
that
of yes,
well, and that's the other thing too, is I'm not exactly sure how much time I'll get in and where I'll get into with having Aiden hang around with me and stuff as well. And then I've got other people I'm going to be visiting outside of Frightmare in the Falls and that kind of stuff. But yeah, I was looking through the list and there's a lot of fun people there. I was actually Bill Moseley and Michael Berryman. I was just with them in Sudbury a couple weeks ago at Sudbury Indie Creature Con. I moderated some panels that industry panels they had going on, but they were two of their guests. So I met
let me tell
them
you a
there and
story
spent some
there.
time with them. So I saw that they're going to be there. So that'll be fun. It's always fun to spend time with people. And then all of a sudden, such a short period of time, again, you get to see them again. I think it helps with that connection as well, because somebody like, say, Lynn Lowry, I met her a decade ago. And it was one of those things that every time I showed up somewhere, if she was there, I was always dragged into photos with her. And I could always tell she was like, who the hell is this person? Why is this happening? So I finally had a chance at Shock Stock a couple of years ago, and she was there. And she's like, I recognize you. I'm like, yes, it's me. This is who I am. And I'm like, I'm the one that keeps getting thrown into your photos when you go to Horrorama. Or she's like, that's why I reckon. Okay. So now it's like, okay, now we actually really know each other and who we are and what we're about. And that's what when you see these people and you go, hey, there's that connection. So that now, if you don't see them for another year or two, you'll remember. You go, yes, I know you are. It's so great to see you. And it's like a family reunion of sorts.
I met Lynn Laurie at 2018 Horrorama. She's a hugger,
Hmm.
and I don't know, must have been 3 or 4 pictures off her table signed. And I got the Blu-ray of Sugar Cookies, which I hadn't seen, but it was like Lynn Laurie and Mary Warnov in the same movie. Sign me up. But I'm still in touch with her because I was the first podcast she ever did. And it was on my
Hmm.
birthday. She
Hmm.
come on here, did a Zoom with me uh, the following year. And ever since then, anytime she's got some bundle come up with movie releases,
Hmm.
she lets me know. And I will order them. I'll send her a money order or something like that or
Hmm.
PayPal. I've now got several photos signed by her now through the mail, plus Shivers signed Blu-ray,
Hmm.
Cat People signed Blu-ray, model is it Hunger? I got that signed. The Crazy signed. All these were coming out on Blu-ray releases, so
Yeah.
now I've got them signed by her.
Yeah.
So and I get a photo with it. So I'm still in touch with Lynn, and I had a great time with her, and I think she's amazing.
Yeah. She really
Um,
is
I
lovely.
do have a story about Michael Berryman and Bill Moseley, though.
Right.
Michael Berryman I've had on the show here, and I think he tells a great story. But I met them at Frightmare in the Falls a couple of years ago, and those two were seated together. And
Mhm.
I said to Bill Moseley, who looks so much smaller than he does in Devil's Rejects, like I almost
Yeah,
didn't
he's not a
recognize
big
him.
man. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and I said to him, I said, "Tell me something." I said, "Is Sherry Moon Zombie as beautiful in person as she appears on screen?" And he says, I think that's a Michael Berryman question. So I turned to Michael Berryman and I asked him the same question. And he goes, lovely lady, very pretty, yes. And then I said, is she as pretty as Bill there? And he says, anybody's prettier than that thing. And Bill Moseley's standing there and goes, I thought we were friends. I thought that banter was
Oh,
hilarious.
listen, they really are great together. To see them together, it's like they're a pair, right? They go around together, but they really do have a great chemistry together on panels and stuff. Yeah,
Well, this time they're going to have Richard Brake with them.
should be
So
great.
there you
Be a lot of
go.
fun. Hmm.
But yeah, I got a list of people and I don't know how many I'll get through, and that's fine. I don't have to get through everybody, but I make sure I go the top of the list to bottom. So
Yeah, awesome.
get get the people I want in most,
Yeah,
So,
I'm not good at being patient and standing in line to meet somebody and waiting around and that kind of stuff. So I'm just
you
like, if
know
I
what you
can't
need
like
to
literally
do? You
walk up
need to
and
get
go,
VIP.
yeah, well, they want to shoot me a VIP ticket. Hey, I'll take it.
I
I'm
always
paying
get
for these things. I'm like, come on now.
I get a VIP
Easy. Yeah.
because number one, I like the tote bags, little goodies
Hmm.
on them. And
Yeah.
yeah, Horrorama was the best when it come to those. But
Yeah.
I also I never push ahead in line, but VIP, you can go to the head of the line
Hmm.
if you have the VIP. A
Okay.
lot of times I'll just wait in line, but a lot of
Yeah.
times if they see you have it around your neck, they'll
Hmm.
just, yeah, which can come in handy if the line's long. So,
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like I say, with do things a little bit different if I'm on my own versus if I'm with somebody, right? And how I do stuff because it's not, I say, I may or may not be in and around as much as I think I may be, but we'll see what happens. I'm just looking forward to it. I have a way of working my way into places, so I love to crash parties. It's me.
so does um, anybody else Aiden excited for other than Richard Dreyfuss?
He's actually he loves Chris Alexander. We because we're friends and we've been friends for so many years. And Aiden's met him a few times, and we haven't seen him in just over a year. So Aiden's really excited to get down and visit with Chris for a little bit. And then there's just a bunch of people that he's met and he knows that he just loves to say hi to, and everybody always makes a big deal about him because he's pretty awesome. So as far as stars go, like I said, he's not very big on that. He's more of a sports guy. Give him sports guys and he'd be all over it. But with the films and stuff, and again, with it being horror, because he's not a big fan of it. So I'm sure this will be a big thing for him. Going to a small Comic Con is different than something massive like this one. He's never been to a really, really big one. So we'll
Mhm.
we'll see how it goes. And if he enjoys it and starts putting two and two together of what it all means, he may start getting more excited. But I think for the most part, he doesn't even know who these stars are because he doesn't watch the genre. So it's only by way of me that he knows who some of these people are. But what's
Even the
really
rest of,
funny though is if you
yeah.
were to talk to Aiden about Jaws, he could literally probably tell you almost every single type of detail about who was in it, the writer, the director, the producer, what happened, the good things, the bad things, because he's got that kind of a brain with the facts and stuff on certain things that he dives into. Or I just sit there and go, what? Huh? The stuff that he knows on films that I'm like, how do you know that? But none of it is horror. It's all other
Well, there's
genre.
going to be six of the Jaws cast there.
Yeah, so we'll see. He's like I said, he's seen them all. Oh, this is Charlotte. Hi, Charlotte. Charlotte wants to go out. There's Charlotte.
Oh,
Hi,
look at that's a nice
Charlotte.
kitty cat.
Hey, hi. She's like, let me out, let me out. I guess all good things must come to an end. Um, yeah, so and that's the other thing with Aiden. Um, just because he's a little bit different than how we are with regulating emotions and stuff. Sometimes he can get very overwhelmed. So I got to be cautious of if he gets really really excited there, it might be too much. So we'll see.
Mhm.
If we get in there and he's enjoying it and he likes it, then we'll go up and see if we can't try to sneak in. But whatever happens, happens, right? I'm just going down to get away and have a few days fun. Hi, yes, I'll let you out in a few minutes. Somebody's being pushy. Somebody's being pushy.
There you
Crazy,
go.
but yeah.
No, I'm looking forward to it and getting down there and meeting some of the people and but yeah,
Absolutely.
there's going to be a lot of Jaws people there. It's
We
funny
should,
you
we should
mentioned
do a
Chris.
we should do a post interview, a wrap up, and talk about Frightmare and all our experiences.
Oh, we will. But actually,
Gotcha.
we'll probably be on camera down there too because I always shoot video.
Yeah, that'd be
But I
fun.
haven't put yeah. But nonetheless, I was going to say you mentioned Chris Alexander, and where
Yeah.
there's Chris Alexander, there's usually Ali Chap.
Yes. Yeah. I'm not sure if she's coming with him or not. I didn't. I was like, how rude of me not to ask if Allie was
That
going to be there
breaks my
because
heart.
he's actually just doing a quick thing. Like I'm hoping that she'll go just to be there on her own too, because he's just going for his little thing after party thing that he's doing and just sticking around for that because I reached out to him to let him know that we were going down. So yeah, I got a bunch of incredible people that are coming from all across Canada. I am so excited. Um, I'm just, yeah, like I said, for me, it's fun. It's like a family reunion and stuff. But yeah, I really hope Ali's going to be there, but it may just be Chris for a few minutes on the Saturday night. So
Of course,
we might go for a sound check if he lets us in. I'm hoping.
Alex Vincent and Christina Lease from Child's Play 2 are both going to be DJing too, so
I
that
know
should
it's
be
gonna,
awesome.
it should be a lot of fun. It should be a lot of fun. But yeah, it's just a thing. Like I said, we'll probably try and sneak in for Chris's sound check and have a quick little
Hmm.
visit, and then I'll take Aiden back to the hotel, get him into bed, and come back to party.
Yeah. Well, I was
And
going to
just so
say,
everybody knows, Aiden is an adult. It's all good.
yeah.
Everybody's going, what do you mean you're leaving him alone? No, 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 he's good. Oh,
There you
Charlotte.
go. I don't know if you'd leave that dog alone though.
Well, she's going back to she's a rescue dog from All Heart Pet Rescue in Powassan up here, and she goes back there to stay with them whenever we go away. They're absolutely wonderful. So she enjoys it. She goes home, so to speak, for a few
Did you
days.
rescue her from the brood kids?
Yes, they wanted to eat her, but I said no.
I was going to say with the brood, we
Yeah,
got to say rest in peace, Samantha Egger. We
yes,
just
we do.
lost
Yeah,
her.
yes, yeah. That was a surprise. Yeah, yeah,
And you
yeah.
didn't get to work with her, did you?
I did not. No, I did get to meet her and spent a few minutes with her at the wrap party, but we actually never worked together. Which is, yeah, people are so shocked. And I'm like, well, just think about the movie. We actually did not have one single scene together. Nothing, not even close. So yeah, it was sad. It's a sad day. And and Art lost his wife a few weeks ago, which was very
Oh,
sad
did
as
he?
well. In September, yes, Brooke passed away after a courageous battle. So it's been a sad few weeks. There's been a lot of wonderful people, but sadly, it's getting into that time. So it just reminds us to make those phone calls and to stay in touch and get out and visit when we can and enjoy. Right?
I've
Everything
never
happens
had,
so quick.
yeah, I've never had Art on here. It's never happened. So, but he's done a lot of movies I like. I'll say that, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
I know Lisa knows him because we attended a screening of Black Christmas, and she called him while we were
yeah.
on the subway to
Oh,
ask
fun.
him if he still had that jacket, you know.
Yeah,
And I love
yeah.
Invasion of the Body Snatchers as well.
And he
She
does. Does he? Did he say that he? Because the last time I talked to him a
apparently
couple of years
yes,
ago, he still has it. Yeah, yeah. It kind of
yeah.
went from movie to movie, and he's hung on to it in storage. So I think it's a famous coat.
There you go. And of course, you know the Dead Zone. You know Christopher Walken, Brooke Adams. You know,
Absolutely, Anthony
yep, you were
Zorba.
in.
Yeah, and then Deadline is just coming up. I was just speaking with our friend Tommy Kovac, and
Hmm.
Deadline is 45 years, and we were talking about it because it's really one of those quiet little sleeper Canadian films that a lot of people don't know about, but it is
Hmm.
such a great story. Aside from really gross, gory, graphic, fun horror clips, because the father's a horror movie writer, there's this backstory about this family that's going through this horrible trauma of, addiction and mental illness and then death and abuse. Like there's just so many things in it. So watching it years later as a grown up with my friend, I was like, oh my God, this is quite heavy, and I can think back to doing scenes and it's not like it's traumatic or PTSD. That's what I said to Tommy. But when I think about it, I go, wow, that was a heavy script that Mario did. It's phenomenal. And it's almost I think in light of everything that we know nowadays, I think if people were to watch it today, they would think that it was a new movie. Except that you can tell it was made in like it looks 70s, 80s kind of look. The storyline and everything about it feels so relevant to today and what's going on in the world and in the film industry and behind closed doors in homes and all that kind of stuff. So I really do hope that Vinegar Syndrome put it out on Blu-ray with really great artwork and stuff. It'd be fun to see people pick it back up and have a look at it and give Mario the props that he deserves on it. I know that the producer Henry Less had a a few not so nice things to say. I'm not sure what went on in the background. Again, I was just a kid when I made it, but I've got, oh, sure. I've got great memories.
I
Sorry
haven't
about that, Greg.
seen. Yeah, that's
Um,
okay.
great memories of everybody and doing the film and everything that happened. Um, but yeah, it's funny. It was such a big part of my life, but not many people know about it. It's shocking to me.
I haven't seen Deadline yet. I gotta see it.
You do have to see it. You got to pick up a copy. It's phenomenal. Stephen Young, Sharon Masters, great cast in it.
I'm going to see this, yes, because
Yeah,
Tom
no,
Kovac did bring that up. Yes.
yeah, it really is. It's a fun film that, like I said, it first came out on Paragon, and then Vinegar Syndrome put it out on Blu-ray a couple years ago. Um,
Okay.
so it's nice. It's a great version. Some interviews. It's what was surprising to me because when I watched it with my friend, and then I watched the interviews afterwards, and they had an interview with Henry Less and a couple other people. Nothing to do with Mario. So there's clearly a split and divisiveness in there, which is unfortunate. But I was surprised. It just wasn't so nice. It was like, oh, okay. And 45 years later, interesting. But maybe that's why films go by the wayside as well.
Well,
You know,
I got to look at that. And you were lucky you get to work with Cronenberg twice, which is awesome.
and within a few years, yeah, absolutely. With the Dead Zone, we did that Niagara on the Lake.
Hmm.
Um, and I've mentioned this a few times. Initially, I was supposed to be the little girl in the fire, the nurse's daughter at the beginning of the film. But when I went in to see David, I was already given the part. But when I
Hmm.
went in to see David, he saw how big I had grown. Not a lot. I was still small. I still am small. But I could no longer pull off that age that he wanted, like I did in the Brood, right? So the Brood, I was 8, but I was playing a 5-year-old. That's how small I was. So in this one, I think he wanted about the same thing, but I was too big. So that's why he ended up giving me the role as the student, which allowed me to work with Christopher Walken. I'm like, yay for me for growing up. Because if I hadn't have done that, I never would have met anybody, right? I just would have been that
Hmm.
girl burning in the room, and that would have been it. Closed set, not have come across anybody. But because I did that scene, I got to meet Brooke Adams and Anthony Zorba and Christopher Walken. I was like, it's awesome, right? Dream come true. And then even with Jack Palance in Tales of the Haunted, I fangirl over myself sometimes and go, my God, the people you've worked with, you're so lucky. But
And
I
Martin Sheen.
I didn't appreciate it. Well, Martin Sheen saw him walking across the hotel lobby, and my mom going, oh, God, it's Martin Sheen. I'm like, who? No, I didn't know who any of these people were, right? Like, no clue. Even acting with, Jack Palance, and I didn't know. It literally took me 30 years to go, wow, did I do that? That was me? Cool.
I
Like it's a
actually,
lifetime ago. It's like somebody else. When I think about it, it doesn't, it feels like I'm watching a movie as opposed to, no, that was actually you doing that.
mhm. I actually saw Apocalypse Now in IMAX. The first time
Mm.
I've ever went to an IMAX. I saw Apocalypse Now in Toronto in IMAX.
Was it awesome?
Speaking of, yeah, with Martin Sheen, of
Wow.
course. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Greatest
What an
war
incredible
movie
film.
ever, I think. Yeah.
Wow, fabulous.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that's and that is actually that's another really great movie. And Nick Campbell was in that, right? And I worked with him in The Brood. So I got to he was in Dead Zone as well.
Nick Campbell is in Apocalypse Now. Who is he
No,
in that?
In Dead
Oh,
Zone
Dead Zone.
and The
Okay.
Brood. So
Okay. Oh,
I got to
wow.
work with him twice. Lovely man.
Okay.
I've always been a big fan of his, Da Vinci Inquest and all those shows, but he was wonderful as well to work with. I think that's a big joke too. Everybody jokes about uh Nick and Art looking so much alike, especially when they let their hair go crazy and they look like brothers. It's so funny. So yeah.
Have you seen any of Brandon Cronenberg's films? Because he
I
really is taken after his father.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, no, I haven't watched any of his children's stuff. I haven't. And even truthfully, I mean, I'm not even a big Cronenberg fan as far as the work goes because I'm not into that type of a genre. So I've watched some of the stuff, but not much. I mean, a Dangerous Method is probably my favorite Cronenberg film. Go figure. Like I think it's just absolutely phenomenal. I've watched it a few times. It's just like it's so beautiful to watch, and it's so beautifully written, and it's so beautifully directed, and everything about it. And I'm like, wow, this is a Cronenberg film. Go figure. I love it. I love it. You know.
I need to know. You say that Art Hindle keeps that jacket in storage. Who keeps the whale toy in storage? From the bathtub. Who
I don't
keeps the
know.
whale toy?
It might have gone away by now, you know. All those microplastics, it just degrades and flies away. There's, where do you come up with this stuff? Honest to goodness.
Oh, I
So
picked that
funny.
up last time I watched this movie.
So
Oh, I
funny.
wonder if the whale toy.
So funny. I mean, I do have, if I look around and think about some of the stuff that I have from the because I have like my cards. I've got a few different cards from them, and I've got, my autograph books and stuff. And I still have my director's chair from the film set. I still have that actual chair. They'd give me a little piece of jewelry. I have that. They'd also given me this big, giant stuffed bull, this big stuffy that was like, 4 feet all the way around. And he ended up getting a big hole in him years ago and had to go bye-bye. But yeah, I probably have more than I should from a lot of my films and stuff. I've got a lot of stuff, which is wonderful. I was actually going through some of it the other day, thinking I should start recording some of this stuff when I go through, and the autographs and my autograph books that I have that I completely forgot
Why
about.
not?
And I'm like, Henry
Yeah.
Winkler. My God, I've got Henry Winkler's autograph. I don't have the photo anymore, but there's my proof that I met and worked with Henry Winkler.
What's the
You know?
biggest name autograph you think you have?
Oh gosh. I guess it's all relative. It's who you think, right? Like I do not have Christopher Walken. I do not have Jack Palance. They wouldn't autograph anything, right? There's some stars that when you work with them, they
Really?
wouldn't. And back in the days, there was, and especially Jack Palance was very standoffish. He did not hang around with anybody, right? We were done. He was gone. He was back in his trailer and you left him alone. There was no asking. And I remember being told that you just leave that man alone. Christopher Walken was going through a lot of stuff at the time because of Natalie Wood and everything else. So he was so it wasn't bothering him, and then other people. So I mean Henry Winkler, that's a pretty impressive one to
Yeah,
have
to say
down.
this.
But then
Yeah.
I've got David Cronenberg and I've got, people like that. But I'm trying to think. Yeah, I mean, and
You
if
know,
you want to look at, autographs as far as a fan goes, and then I've got Dee and Henry, because I got them to sign off on stuff for me, things like that. But yeah.
it's funny you mentioned pallets going off in the trailer. There's I've interviewed a lot of people over the years. I've been doing this for 10 years. And it's funny, if I hear a story from two different people twice, then I believe it to be true. And you talk about Jack Palance. I think Robin Williams must have been the very opposite because he would not go back to his trailer. He often
Mm,
hung around and entertained.
yes.
Like
Yeah.
with, yeah, I heard that Roger Moore was another one of these ones who would meet everybody right down to the cleaner, you know?
Mm, awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And
And
there's some, and even to this day, I've been on a few sets where some of the stars are so humble,
mhm.
truly just so humble and so appreciative and thank the crew, and like you see that. But you're absolutely right, there are those that come in that are just like, no, I'm here for a job, leave me alone, I don't care who you are, just doing my lines, and then off they go, and you're like, okay, cool.
Yep.
But we're all right, we all have personalities. It doesn't, and what I try to remember is that, maybe it's not that they're being arrogant. Maybe they're just really shy and uncomfortable and they're not good around people. So they know that they can do this job and that's what they do. They need to be left alone for a bit.
It's
Each his
funny
own
you
is the way I look at it.
it's funny you say that. I went to the States for my first time. Lisa helped me get a passport, and she did Chiller one year in New Jersey, and I went there. And a lot of people online were complaining because Sybil Shepherd wasn't smiling in pictures and this and that,
Mm,
which I never really noticed. Here's my take. It was her first convention, so it's like she's just dipping her toes into it.
hmm
But I had really good interaction with her. And I'll tell you why. I went up to her and I couldn't wait to meet her because I grew up watching Sybil Shepherd. But I
Hmm.
remember I got in line with her and somebody was snapping multiple pictures of us. And I'm so glad they did because they caught this one moment where she has her finger stuck up with almost a grin on her face because she was answering something. And I said to her, I said, I saw you in a lot of comic stuff growing up. And I said, growing up, I always loved that Nickelodeon style humor, especially the old pie in the face. And I
Hmm.
said, how many times in your career have you been pied in the face? And she goes, just once in Moonlighting. And I said, didn't you in your sitcom, and I didn't remember the off the top of my head, have a scene where you were holding yourself up by the ponytail and you just let your face drop in this pie? And she stuck her finger up and she goes, "You're right." And
And somebody does it.
she had
That's
conversation with me about that. I
that's
guarantee
awesome.
you, and I guarantee this is why I had a good action interaction with her because even she didn't think about that, but she was like, she answers a lot of questions about the same stuff.
Exactly. Give us something different to talk about.
So I had a really good
Mm.
interaction with her.
That's
So,
awesome.
yeah.
I love her. I love Sybil Shepherd. I'm a big fan of hers. Even just the way her attitude and the way she thinks and her philosophies on life and things
Mhm.
like that. I think she's a fabulous woman.
I just met Heather Locklear at Fan
Mm.
Expo and she was
Yeah.
glorious,
Yeah. Awesome.
absolutely glorious. And yeah, I have fun at these and I try to save up for them. And then I should have
That's
until
great.
I'm going to do Fan Expo and Frightmare in the falls next year. So I'll have about 10 months to pay off my bills. And I think I can do that.
Mhm. And then
Yeah.
we still have to work on getting you down for Blood in the Snow, our film festival in Toronto, every November, right? Third week in November this year. So got to start saving up those extra dollars. But maybe if you get moved to Toronto, you'll be able to come to that too.
You know what? I'd like to move to Toronto. I keep having, other than Lisa and yourself, I get people telling me I shouldn't because of crime this and crime that. I haven't run into that. I
Yeah.
do hear the news stuff, but I mean,
Hmm.
it's not like we're innocent here in New Brunswick either. Because
Yeah.
as a cleaner, I don't know how many times I discover meth needles and this and
Yeah.
that.
Exactly. Exactly. Yep. No,
But
it's all it's everywhere and it's what you surround yourself with and where you surround yourself. And I think the way cost of living and everything else, it's kind of straight across Canada now. It just sucks all over. So you just got to decide where you want to be, what you want to do, and try to make it
I
work.
love Toronto. I plan to go to the Imagine Cinema.
Yeah.
They're $5 movies because they're going to do Halloween there. I'm going to go see that and Rocky Horror Picture Show, and they got The Exorcist playing. five
Hmm.
dollars can't beat that. So I'll have a
Absolutely.
few days, and I think the Cineplex on Bloor is going to be playing Bergonia, and I'm like, I
Mm,
have a big crush on Emma Stone, so I'm going to go see that.
that's fun. Yeah.
Yeah. I've had a crush on Emma Stone since Superbad. That was 2007. I've been following
Wow.
her ever since.
Yeah. She's a
And
phenomenal actress.
she just keeps getting more and more and more interesting,
Yeah. Yes.
you know,
Yes.
and so I mean, she could have her head shaved in this, and I'm still
Yes.
excited to see her.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know, but I hope to meet you and Aiden there, and we can
Absolutely.
we gotta do dinner. We have to do dinner there. There's plenty of close restaurants there. So I'm gonna be,
Absolutely.
I got a hotel I'm gonna be staying with that's handy to the event. And I just
Yeah,
gotta
we're
find out
probably
how,
not staying too far from each other too. I have but we'll get that all sorted out. And I can't quite remember if there's many places around the event center itself, but yeah, I think
oh yeah,
everything's
there's plenty
relatively
of
close.
restaurants around. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Awesome. I'm looking
But
forward to it, Greg. It's gonna be great.
well, I'm looking forward to it. And I'm staying there Friday night and Saturday night, and then I'll go back to Toronto on Sunday, but I don't know when.
Okay. Yeah.
But so I hope to, yeah, then spend some time in Toronto and meet up with Lisa, and I got a few other people I'm gonna meet up with and
Super.
see some films and
Fantastic.
And then, yeah, I have a blast. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have a blast and go shoot a bunch of videos because I always do that when I do my vacation. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Super.
And I'll
Super.
be putting those up public as well. So yeah.
Great.
I suppose you gotta go walk that poor dog. Go
Well,
let
not only that, but got to get over to Aiden and stuff. If For those of you that keep hearing me talk about Aiden, Aiden is my 22-year-old son who's severely disabled with cerebral palsy, and he's in a wheelchair, so he needs help with daily living. So just so the audience knows, I talk a lot about him, but everybody's, I'm sure, unless they see photos, which there aren't too many of them, they wouldn't realize that. But he is one of the lights of my life, of my two children, and he's fully communicative and can talk and laugh and all that wonderful stuff. He just can't move around too much. So looking forward to you meeting him too. He's really looking forward to meeting you as well. I mean, he's in the background of every interview. He actually asked if he could wheel by today, and I'm like, well, I
if he
guess.
wants to, I have no problem with that.
You'll get video of him at Frightmare.
I mean, we could do that. Yeah. I mean, he's
So
nowhere. I mean, he's in better shape than the Brood kids. They're
100%,
extremely
yes.
they're
Yes.
extremely disabled.
He does not have any anger issues.
There you go. There you go. So
So
if Oliver Reed was alive, he would make him angry and blow a gasket.
no, well, maybe.
He did go on to Condor Man and
Yeah,
about Mamba. I mean, it was bound to happen.
it was bound to. Yeah.
He worked with Klaus Kinski. I heard that's enough to make a lot of people blow a gasket.
Oh, it's great. It's great. So,
Well, I'm going to let you go, but before I
all right,
do,
baby.
I'm going to
Yes.
get you to do a plug for my show.
All right.
Yeah, just state your name and say you're listening to Greg Gilbert on Python's Paradise.
You are listening to Greg Gilbert on Python's Paradise.
Absolutely, folks. We're here with Cindy Hinds from The Brood, The Dead Zone, and Deadline. Lots of dead things in there.
Lots of dead things, I know. Check me out on Littlest Hobo too. It's running now on Crave.
I remember The Littlest Hobo. Yeah, you were
It's
with
not
the
all
little.
horror. There's a,
You were hoboing down the road with those Brood kids.
I was that's true.
Yeah, they could have they could have been Littlest Hobos as well. Less helpful,
Oh,
but yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing you at Frightmare in the Falls.
you as well.
And
Safe travels. And thank you so much for the chat today and having a coffee with me this morning. It was fun.
when are you? I'm going to be arriving in Niagara Falls on Friday. Are you? When do you arrive there?
It's Friday afternoon. It's going to take us about 6 hours, 7 hours or so. I'm just
You
going
know
to
what?
take our time going down, but I'll let you know when we arrive.
Yeah, we might be able to grab a dinner
Yeah, Friday
Friday
night.
because
Absolutely.
the event's not happening then. So
Yep. Yep,
I
for
just
sure.
I just got to figure out the bus schedule so I can get ridden to Niagara Falls. I just got to figure
Right.
that out. But other than that,
Awesome.
I'll figure that out.
Okay. Well, we
I
will
look
see you in
forward
a
to
few days.
absolutely looking forward to seeing you and Aiden. And
You too.
absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely.
Thank you. Sorry
God
about the
bless
dog
you.
barking.
Yeah, you got to take that dog out. You got all those brood kids. Well, none of them can help.
No, they're just messy, lazy children.
They need that. You need to get them to double as uh, what are those ceramic things in
The
the
gnomes,
garden
garden
gnomes.
gnomes. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be about they what they could do that maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Well, you have a great day. Thank you again for chatting this morning. And
absolutely,
we'll see you maybe on Friday.
absolutely, absolutely. And I hope Aiden gets to meet Richard Dreyfuss.
Thank you. Take care.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Take
Bye,
care.
Greg.
God bless. Bye bye.
Thanks. Bye.